Welcome to ForexTV.com. Today is Friday, December 19th. I'm Kathleen Reddington with your New York Forex Market Buzz. The dollar continues its gains on the euro. And now for a look at the latest headlines from the CEP News Desk. The U.S. government announced that it will extend short-term funding to General Motors and Chrysler, allotting $13.4 billion in immediate funding to the two automakers and an additional $4 billion contingent on the delivery of the second portion of the TARP. The Bank of Japan cut their target rate by 20 basis points to 0.10%, which was against the consensus forecast for no change, but it was in line with what some market watchers were expecting. And lower energy prices helped to slow the pace of annual growth in Canadian inflation to 2% in November. This was lower than the 2.6% pace recorded in October, but higher than the 1.5% gain forecast by economists. Today we are joined by Dan Cook of IG Markets. Hi Dan, how are you today?
Doing great. How are you, Kathleen?
I'm doing well. Let's get right into it. Would you agree that we're seeing the a dollar correction within the euro-dollar pair?
We really are. This week has been a crazy week, as you've seen in the pair. With the Fed announcement earlier this week, we saw a huge move in the euro pair. Really what we're seeing, though, is now a correction of that move. Really looking to add additional dollars, basically, not just the interest rate cut, but the speculation that we're going to pump more dollars, basically create more, not necessarily print money, but through electronic means. And I think that was a little overestimated as to what level the Fed was willing to go, and now we're seeing a correction from that move.
All right, now what is your strategy for the euro-dollar through today?
Through today, I would look, it's going to be a paper-thin market. We're moving into the holiday. We do have quite a bit of news coming out next week. For the remainder of today, I'm really looking for a flat market.
All right. Now, what about the Bank of Japan's cuts to the interest rates? Was that really necessary?
I think we're seeing that from their overall, not just a yen impact, but their overall exportation. The impact companies like Toyota, Sony, they're really seeing a drop because of the strength of the yen. The exporting companies are really losing a lot of money on the international sale of goods because of the strength of the yen. So I think it was necessary. From that perspective, maybe to not necessarily weaken the yen a little bit, because I don't think we're going to see a great deal of yen weakness anytime too soon. But it was a step in the right direction, particularly from their exportation outlook. And
what do you see for the yen as we do enter this weekend?
I think that we're going to see continue to see the yen strengthen. I think that we'll see the yen, particularly next week. We have a pretty busy, even though it's a short week, a pretty busy week with U.S. reports. And then towards the week, again, thin markets, so we could see a great deal of volatility in this pair. But I'd look for continued yen strength through the short-term future anyway.
Are you going to trade the dollar-yen, or are you avoiding it?
I'm really kind of avoiding it, at least through the holidays. I'll get back into it probably at the start of the new year, because I think we will see fewer participants, a little less liquidity, and I think we could see some just massive swings in that particular pair.
And now you did mention the new year. I want to know, what are your predictions going into the beginning of this new year?
It's really almost a wait and see. I think that we'll see the euro and the U.S. dollar, particularly the majors as far as the pound, euro, and U.S. dollars, kind of continue to trade in a range as we get this sorted out. We did have the president speak this morning. We've seen a kind of a correction from the Fed. Because everybody's working really in concert together, we should see a bit of a range. The yen, on the other hand, for the first quarter, I really look for the yen to continue to strengthen.
All right, Dan, thanks for being on the show today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
This has been your New York Forex Market Buzz with Dan Cook of IG Markets. I'm Kathleen Reddington. Join us later this afternoon, 4 p.m. exchange, right here on ForexTV.com.